Hello, everyone, and happy New Year's Eve. I know that a lot of people are probably out and celebrating the holiday, and I'm actually about to go into work because I am anchoring the weekend show. But anyways, I just wanted to make this quick video because last year I started this thing that I call a happy jar, and it's basically just a jar that you can just makeshift out of. Mine's just a mason jar that I just kind of decorated all girly and with butterflies. But anyways, you write anytime something good happens to you or something that makes you happy, you write it on a post-it note and you put it in this jar. And then every end of the year, you open it up and read all the good things that happened to you, and you start over on New Year's Day. So that's what I'm doing right now, and I just wanted to share that in a video. So I'm just going to dump these out and hopefully read them all. So there's quite a few in here. Not too many, but that's okay. Anyways, made new friends at work. Yep, we hired a bunch of new people and made new friends. So I think that's a good sign, good thing. It's always good to make new friends. There's another one. Switched over to professional shampoo. So that's like really strange to have. A lot of people might think that's strange to have on a post-it note, but it really has changed my life. I used to use not brand name, just generic store-bought shampoo, but then I switched over to professional, and like I'm never going back. Like it's expensive, but definitely a decision that changed my life. Another one, Discovered professional shampoo really does make a difference. I don't know why I write that twice. It just speaks to how well it really works, I guess. Colorado. I went to Colorado for the first time and absolutely fell in love. I've been there like I think 4 times since, and it's truly amazing. That is definitely a place that I would want to live long term. So if you've never been to Colorado, I highly recommend it. Saw Paramore and the X-Ambassadors in concert. That was kind of a spur of the moment decision, but it was really good. Paramore is actually fantastic in concert. Hayley Williams is amazing. Highly recommend to go see them if they ever play in your town. Oh, I just ripped this one. But Dominican Republic, yep. I went there as well for about a week vacation during my birthday, and that was beautiful. Probably didn't have the funds to go there, but I did it anyways. But it was worth it, and it was really fun. It was beautiful. I got away from the cold temperatures of Iowa and got to go to a beautiful tropical hot place, and it was a nice break from life. Another one that says Colorado. I don't know why I write some of these things twice. That's probably just another time that I went that I wrote that. But again, speaks to how awesome it is. This one's kind of hard to get open. Learns the value of meteorologists. I'm sure that people at work watching this and people just from news stations will appreciate this. Coming from California, I didn't really appreciate the value of meteorologists because, I mean, the weather is the same every day, so I didn't really understand, like, why do we need meteorologists? But then being in a place where we experience all 4 seasons, and truly, you know, when we have snowstorms and stuff and how much of a value they really are to the community and keeping people safe in blizzards and storms and severe weather, I learned to appreciate how intelligent they are and how needed they are. And I know that a lot of people get their weather from just, you know, looking up on Google, and that's probably okay from a day-to-day standpoint if you're just looking at, you know, waking up in the morning and trying to just get a generic feel of what the weather is like. But your Google is not going to tell you that there is a tornado warning or there is a blizzard, stay inside. So anyways, I just really appreciate meteorologists now. Next one is expanded my anchoring wardrobe. So that's another thing. I should have written that. Maybe it's on one of the next ones, but I got promoted to weekend anchor, so that was really cool. I like the switch from reporting to anchoring. I think it's really cool to get both of those experiences, and I expanded my anchoring wardrobe. For any of those who know me, you know I'm a shopaholic. I'm addicted to clothes, and if you see my closet, it's rather embarrassing, but I'm pretty proud of this one because I expanded my anchoring, meaning professional dress attire, so that's good, I guess. Got to anchor, so there's that one. That's the one I was looking for. Experienced crazy weather and lived. That's literally what this says. When I first got here and started reporting, I complained nonstop about how how freaking cold it is here. Like it's sub-zero temperatures almost every day right now in the winter, and it's I'm not complaining as much because I'm prepared this year. The first year that I was here, I was not prepared at all. I had, you know, my light California hoodies and thought that it would be okay because I had never really understood what it meant to be negative 20 degrees. And now that I feel it, it feels like something is punching you in the face when you go outside. It's freezing and it sucks. But anyways, I experienced crazy weather and lived and learned how to deal with it. So I think that's definitely good. That definitely built my character. Promoted to weekend anchor and producer. I really have written some of these things more than once, which maybe not many good things didn't happen this year, but or maybe it just says how good these specific things really are. I saw Journey in concert. Yeah, I forgot about that. That was really cool. That was also a spur of the moment idea. I literally got invited to go the day before, and the tickets were sold out for like months. So that was really cool. Thank you to production assistant that no longer works at our station, but he works at a competitor station now. But thank you to him. He made my night that night. That was awesome. Visited Chicago for the first time besides the airport. That's true. So I've had layovers and connecting flights in Chicago, but I actually visited Chicago to visit an old producer friend, and it was amazing. And that's definitely somewhere that I want to return. Beautiful city, huge city, lots of stuff going on. It was a little overwhelming because I was only there for a couple of days, but it was good. I got to see old friends and experience a new place. Explored the entire state of Iowa, most of South Dakota, and Nebraska. Yes, the good old Midwest. This mainly happened just because I don't like to stay home in my free time, so I would go out and explore all these places and try to find new things to do and new places to see. So, and it's also because my job, I'm out in the field all the time and stories happen all over the place. And since we're in the middle of a tri-state area, I get to go wherever the news is in these three states, in our viewing area, of course. But yeah, I got to do a lot of things in 3 states, so check off my bucket list for that. But visited the Mall of America for the first time, so that was in another state, Minnesota, and it was huge. And I actually only spent like $70 there, like considering how many stores they have and like how much of a shopaholic I am. That's insane. So that was also on my bucket list that I am happy that I got to do. Saw Tech N9ne in concert. Yes, that was one of the best nights of my life, still to this day. That was amazing. It was so much fun. He's so fantastic in person, and this was in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, which is also a really cool city. It was only like a $30 show, and I think I decided to go like the night, maybe 2 nights before, and just took a spontaneous trip there and saw him in concert. And I thought for $30 and how big he is, he would have only performed for like 30 minutes to an hour, but he ended up performing for like 4 hours. So definitely worth the $30. Saved money with a smiley face. Yeah, I don't do that a lot. I don't save a lot of money. I spend it all on clothes and food. So I did save money. Again, not a lot, but it's fine. Again, another repeat. Dominican Republic. Yep, that was cool. Last one. Had 3 sources of income throughout the year. Yeah, so that's both good and bad. I try to keep myself busy while I'm here, and I don't like to be bored. And I also, again, like to save money, but I also do this to support my shopping addiction. But say it had 3 sources of income throughout the year. I worked at multiple places outside of reporting and anchoring. Always had different jobs to kind of keep the income coming, and so that I could just support myself in basic needs, also non-basic needs by shopping. But this is kind of a statement on, like, I try to work really hard all the time, and I've always had more than one job ever since I started college. 2 at the minimum, but yeah, I had 3 sources of income throughout the year. So considering that, I didn't save that much money. I need to do better. That's gonna be in my new happy jar. I'm gonna be like, I saved like 7K or something like that. That'll be my new goal for the year. But yeah. So that was my happy jar this year. I'm sure there's a lot more things that I should have put in there, but probably just forgot. This isn't just sitting out in the open in my house, so I'm not constantly reminded to put something in here every time something good happens to me. So with that said, there were a lot more things that happened in 2017 that I should have put in here that I probably just can't remember off the top of my head right now. But I got to see my family. I learned a lot here in Iowa. As much as I think that this place is not for me, I have learned to appreciate a lot of things, and it's taught me a lot about life. And I don't regret coming out here. That's not to say that I can't wait for my next step in my career or my next journey, but I definitely learned a lot out here, and I think that I'm probably the happiest that I've ever been, just in terms of loving myself and loving, I guess, what the future holds. So I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful for 2017. It's probably definitely my best year by far, despite the fact that I had a bunch of repeats on my post-it notes or whatever. But yeah, a lot of really good things. So I'm hoping that 2018 can bring more to the table, and I'm sure it will, because this is my last year. Actually, I only have 5 more months here in the Midwest, so I'm hoping that I can migrate to warmer temperatures for my next job. That's the goal. If not, that's okay. I'm well prepared for the cold weather. As it stands. So I'm grateful for 2017, and I hope that 2018 brings a lot more. I hope that everybody here watching had a really good 2017 too. And if not, just remember that it's always something to learn from. With every bad experience and with every tear shed, you build a new layer of skin. And just remember that the most important person at the end of the day to yourself should be you. You talk to yourself more than you talk to anybody else in this world. Make sure you're telling yourself the right things. It's hard to see other people on social media and compare your life to them and just think, oh my God, they're having so much more fun than me. But just remember that social media is meant to portray the best version of you, the highlights of your life. And so people kind of maybe seem to forget that at points, but just remember that everyone has their own struggles, and we're all the same in trying to find happiness. We all just want to be happy at the end of the day. So just remember that as a motivating factor. And if success doesn't happen to you this year or the next year or the next year, if you work hard and you truly persevere, karma will come back around and it will happen to you one day. And I truly believe that, which is why I have a good work ethic, and I just truly believe that no matter where I am in my current state, it will all be worth it one day, and I really hope that's true. I really, cross my fingers for that all the time, and just remember that people throw rocks at things that shine. So that's all I have to say about that, and I hope everyone has a really good New Year's. Be safe if you're in really cold or snowy temperatures. I know it's really dangerous where I am right now to be driving outside. So everyone party safely and have a wonderful New Year's, and cheers to 2018.